Imagine waking up to the roar of heavy machinery ripping through your backyard, the one place you thought was safe from the world's nonsense. That's what happened to me, Alex Rivera, in the so-called idyllic suburb of Willow Creek, Texas, where the air smells like fresh-cut grass and hidden agendas. But this wasn't just any intrusion, it was the HOA, led by the queen of petty tyrants, Evelyn Evie Hargrove, deciding my land was their playground, all in the name of community standards. Out here in Willow Creek, there are two kinds of quiet. The good kind, where you sip coffee on your porch, listening to the wind rustle through the live oaks you planted yourself, feeling like you've finally escaped the rat race. And then there's the bad kind, the tense hush before a storm, or right after someone's dropped a bombshell at a neighborhood meeting. My grandpa knew that bad quiet all too well. He was a straightforward guy, built this house with his own hands back in the 70s, but he got suckered by a slick-talking developer who borrowed a chunk of his yard for a shared green space, signed off on it over a beer, thinking it was neighborly. By the time he realized, his privacy was gone, and so was a piece of his soul. On his deathbed, gripping my hand like a vice, he whispered, "Don't let 'em take what's yours, Alex." Not an inch, I promised him. Swore it on everything. Little did I know, that promise would turn my quiet life into a battlefield. I'm Alex Rivera, just Alex to most. This house on 3 acres, yeah. It's zoned residential, but it's my slice of heaven. Not some McMansion farm. Think old-school ranch style with a big yard for my vegetable garden, a few chickens, and enough space to breathe without bumping into nosy neighbors. My crew isn't a gang. It's my buddies from the Army days, Tom, Derek, and Miguel. We served together in Afghanistan, learned that real loyalty isn't about what you say, it's what you do when bullets fly. We found solace here after the chaos, grilling steaks, fixing fences, reminding each other that life's about defending what's worth it. But in Willow Creek, peace comes with strings attached, the homeowners association. They peddle harmony like it's a timeshare, but it's really a web of rules thicker than a phone book. Across the cul-de-sac sits Willow Estates, the HOA's crown jewel, perfect lawns mowed to military precision. Houses that scream, "Look at me," with their fake stone facades and identical mailboxes. They sell the dream. Gated bliss, no riffraff, enforced smiles. And ruling it all is Evelyn Hargrove, the self-appointed HOA president. She's the type who shows up to a barbecue in pearls and heels, flashing a smile that's all teeth, no warmth. Community first, she preaches, but her eyes say my way or the highway. I'd seen her eyeing my property at town halls, not as a home, but as untapped potential for her expansion project. I ignored it. Figured as long as my fences stood tall and my dues were paid, she'd stay on her side. Big mistake. I was watching the fences I could see, not the invisible ones she was plotting to cross. It started innocently enough, or so it seemed. I was away in Dallas for a veterans conference, droning on about PTSD resources in a stuffy hotel ballroom. My phone buzzed late that night, a ping from my Yardwatch app. Motion detected. Zone B4, the back perimeter, the wild part where my grandpa's old oaks shaded the creek. Probably a raccoon raiding the compost, I thought. Happens all the time. I tapped the feed, and my blood ran cold. No critter. It was a beast, a John Deere excavator, its bucket clawing into my soil like it owned the place. Lights from pickup trucks pierced the night, Workers in vests laying out stakes for what looked like a new pathway. Right through my garden. My jaw tightened. I could hear my teeth grind. They were extending the community trail on my land. The conference blurred into irrelevance. I scrolled feeds. B2, B6, all alive with activity. Chainsaws buzzing, dirt flying, turning my sanctuary into a construction zone under the moon. I booked the red-eye home, seething. Evelyn didn't know it yet, probably tucked in her king-sized bed dreaming of HOA awards and uniform hedges. But she'd crossed more than a property line. She'd violated a vow. And in suburbs like this, some vows are defended with more than polite letters. Defending your turf doesn't start with yelling. It starts with smarts. The flight back was a pressure cooker of controlled anger. Hot rage burns out quick. This was iced steel, sharpening with every turbulent bump. I didn't fantasize about confronting her. I planned what had to be done. Passion screams, purpose whispers. I texted my guys at 3 a.m., no explanations needed. By dawn, as my truck tires hit the gravel driveway, they were there, Tom with coffee, Derek nodding grimly, Miguel unpacking the drone kit. We were a team again, ghosts from the sandbox. We didn't charge in. We ghosted, parking on a hill overlooking the creek. Sunrise revealed the mess. A gash of churned earth, reeking of diesel and entitlement. Workers buzzed like bees in a hive, setting up a temp shed where I'd scattered my grandpa's ashes. We observed, then activated. Miguel launched the drone, silent as a hawk, capturing plates, faces, every violation in 4K glory. Derek paced the old survey line with GPS, beeping confirmations they were 50 feet over. Not a tow. A full invasion. Tom and I snapped time-stamped pics, building a fortress of proof. I strolled down the path myself, boots crunching fresh gravel over what used to be my wildflowers. A kid in a helmet glanced up, froze like a deer in headlights. "Morning," I said, voice even as a level. "Who signed off on turning my backyard into your playground?" He stammered, grabbed his radio. Minutes later, a foreman in khakis sauntered out, chest puffed. "I'm overseeing for the HOA. We've got approvals for the trail extension, community enhancement. HOA's got no say here," I shot back. "This is Rivera property since '75. You're squatting." Before he could bluster, my phone rang. Speaker on. "Alex." Not another coyote complaint. Sheriff Klein's drawl crackled. "Worse, Klein. HOA's playing real estate roulette in my yard. On my way." Sheriff Klein's a solid guy, 30 years dodging suburb squabbles. He eyed the chaos. Derek's GPS data, buried markers under their trail, and sighed like a deflating tire. "This ain't enhancement, it's encroachment." He cuffed the foreman for trespass. Shut it down. Next day, I was in Houston with my lawyer, Lena Torres, sharp as a tack, despises HOA bullies. She pored over our evidence, grinned like a shark. "Oh, Evelyn's gonna hate this," and she did. Her lawyers countered with fluff. Ambiguous boundaries. Good faith error. Paper storm meant to bury me. But truth cuts deep. In court, Evelyn sat prim, flanked by suits costing more than my truck. She avoided my gaze, fiddling with her pearls. Lena laid it out. Deeds, overlays, drone vid showing a worker chainsawing my oak with a smirk. The room hushed as the judge, a no-nonsense vet herself, pinned Evelyn. Ms. Hargrove, did you verify this land before digging? She hemmed, blamed the committee, never admitted. Gavel down. Guilty of trespass. Destruction. $750,000 fine. Full restoration ordered. That night, we four toasted on my porch, bourbon for Grandpa. Justice served. The system worked. But I knew Evelyn types, rules are for peasants. We'd won round one by the book. Round two, her rules. Winning in court feels sweet, till the aftertaste hits. Weeks post-verdict, her crews slunk in, replanting saplings where giants stood, a band-aid on a bullet wound. Quiet returned, but brittle, like walking on eggshells. Glitches started. My gate code failed thrice before working. Sprinkler pump fried mysteriously. Coincidences? I doubted. Paranoia? Maybe. Then I noticed the shift in Tom. We were weeding the garden. Routine stuff, but he was off, eyes distant, like carrying an invisible load. His kid, little Mia, back in chemo. Bills piling like snowdrifts. How's she holding? I asked casual. He twisted a hose, stared at nothing. Fighter, Alex. But it's rough. Need anything? Say it. He shrugged, pride flickering. We'll scrape by, but his voice cracked. Desperation's a silent killer. The cafe was 15 miles out. All minimalist chic, Evelyn's vibe. She stirred her latte, poised as a mannequin. Tom nursed black coffee, knuckles white. Heard about Mia, she cooed, sympathy scripted. No dad should bear that alone. Tom stared down. Your loyalty to Alex is admirable, she pressed, sliding an envelope. Thick. Not asking harm. Just oversights. Camera glitches. Schedule slips. Small favors for big relief. She gestured airily. Make her pain vanish. Tom's hand shook. He saw not cash, but Mia's laugh. Evelyn smiled, hook set. The morning hit like a gut punch. Crisp air. Birds chirping till silence choked the coop. Chickens down. Not a flutter. Vet called. Arsenic in the feed. Alex. Deliberate. Grief boiled. But ice formed beneath. These weren't pets. They were my responsibility. That evening, neighbor Karen Light, Rita Sims, knocked with pie and pity. It's Evelyn, she whispered, eyes dramatic. Overheard her at book club, tipsy, boasting she'd teach you about standards. I nodded, but suspicion brewed. Whispers spread. Online forums lit with Alex the Hoarder, eyesore property. Evelyn's hand? Obvious. I activated watch mode, cameras, sensors, bunker setup from army surplus. We holed up 3 days, screens glowing, coffee fueling. Silence waited. Third night, Rita called frantic. Tonight, targeting your shed, arson, accident look. Shed made sense, tools, memories. But too pat for Evelyn. Seismic ping south. Rhythmic, human. Dots connected, chicken poison tested response. Shed diversion. Real hit, the well poison that ruin everything. Rita's tip? Pulled gate footage, her car at Evelyn's lawyer's days prior. Liar. And the blind spot, internal. Tom. Gut punch. Guys, Scrap shed. Wells the party. We shifted. Traps set, strobes, nets, non-lethals. Mission on. Thermal showed 3 blobs. Goons with jugs. Evelyn in pearls. Slinking like she owned the night. Primary cam cut. Tom's work. Backup feed. They prepped poison. No time. Go. We melted from shadows. Takedown swift. Derek choked one silent. Miguel zip-tied the other. I disarmed Evelyn mid-pour. She tripped into mud. Pearls scattering. You? She gasped. Then Tom emerged. Agony etched. Tom! She screeched. Do your job. He lunged. Not at me. At her jug. Kicking it away. Sobs racked him. She paid Mia's bills. Alex said just cams. No hurt. Horror dawned as he saw the poison. Couldn't let M. Sirens wailed. Klein arrived. Cuffed them. We won, but trust shattered. The fallout was poetic. Trial. Lena eviscerated Evelyn. Poison proof. Goon flips. Records of her HOA slush funds for enforcements. 10 years prison. No parole. Willow Estates imploded in scandals. Residents sued her out. Rita bolted. Debts trailing. External foes gone. Internal? Tom confessed. No charges, duress. I anonymously funded Mia's care. No contact. Betrayal leaves voids. Months healed the land. Well clear. Grass lush. I dismantled most gear. Kept a few watchers, habit. A year on. Fixing fence. New neighbors approached. Young couple. Stake in hand. Boundary check? Don't want drama. I smiled real. Spot on. Welcome. As they left. Tips. Yeah. Silence ain't surrender. And visionary. Check their lines first. They chuckled. I didn't. Porch buzz. Distant cam snapped a sedan watching from afar. Not threat, message. We're here. Pocketed it. Gazed at sunset peace. Grandpa's lesson. Fences hold. But peace? Eternal vigil. But tell me, was I the hero for standing firm? Or just another paranoid fueling the cycle?